From the Opepco Studios in Oklahoma City, this is an OU Update with Jason Kersey. I'm Jenny Carlson. Jason, the 2015 recruiting class already starting to fill up for the Sooners, 4 at this point who have committed. And the most recent one, a little bit of a surprise, a kicker. What do we know about Austin Siebert?
Well, he's a guy that Jay Boulware sort of discovered up in Illinois. Went up to, Austin came down to OU's junior day. Boulware went up to watch him kick and offered him a scholarship, and then he brought his family down last weekend and committed once he got to Norman. He's an interesting guy. He's the #1 rated kicker in the 2015 class. He's the #2 rated punter in the 2015 class, which is interesting because OU has to replace Michael Honeycutt and Jed Barnett next year. I think it'd be a little bit, maybe asking a bit much to do both, but he seems to think it's at least possible.
Well, let's talk about his story here in a second, but to get a kicker commitment, this isn't normally the course of action. Most kickers, even the really good ones, come in as walk-ons, earn scholarships. Why the change in philosophy with Austin?
Well, I think that they've seen how vital it is. You know, Michael Honeycutt really came in and has given them consistency in a position where they haven't had consistency in a long time, really since Garrett Hartley. They had Jimmy Stevens. He was a guy who came in on scholarship. Obviously didn't have a great career. They had Patrick O'Hara, who was sort of there, but not really. And they've sort of had all these different guys, but they've seen when they have a guy that they really believe in and that they can count on, how valuable that is. And Michael Honeycutt has been enormously valuable to this team the last couple of seasons. And so I think when they felt like they had a guy that they really believed in, they wanted to get him.
You mentioned his interesting story. It's a little bit, unexpected. He broke his leg, his kicking leg. How did that all play out?
Well, he broke it, I think, after his freshman year of high school. He was telling me that he breaks the leg during a basketball game, and it actually sort of worked out for him because he was able to sort of rebuild the leg the way that he wanted to as a kicker. I won't pretend to know all the anatomy stuff that goes into that, but he said that it really worked out for him because he was actually able to continue working on kicking a little bit, not so much distance, but he could do his form and stuff even while he was recovering. So in a way, it sort of helped him. So he definitely has an interesting story, but I think that he's a guy who can really come in next year and make an impact, whether that's as a punter, kickoff specialist, or a kicker. I think he thinks that he's probably going to be a kicker, but he did say that Jay Boulware has told him, there's always a chance that we could use you for both.
All right. Thanks, Jason. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.